Welcome to Ascent Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and...
Good morning and welcome to Ascent Television. This is Issues of the Moment. And this morning I am with BENSON UPAH, Head Communication Nigeria Labour Congress. Mr. BENSON, you are welcome.
It's my pleasure.
And on Sunday I am... Well, as you know, Mr. BENSON UPAH is in the engine room that controls one of the biggest labor movement in Africa. And we want to find out from him this morning, sir, has Labour compromised to government? Because people are now saying that Labour is one of the parties. I'm not talking about Labour Party now. It's also a party of its own. Has Labour compromised?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, Labour has not compromised and does not intend to compromise. But let me also use the opportunity to ask this question. What have we done wrong that has warranted this grave allegation? Can you share with me what you think we have done wrong?
Yeah, because of policies and all sorts. When Labour, at least, Labour will say that they are asking for minimum wage and they come down drastically too low. Now that government has said, okay, 70,000 naira a month, with Labour dropping from 250 as a standpoint, and now look at fuel, look at electricity. So Nigerians are saying that, okay, fine, it looks as if this Labour has compromised compared to Pascal Biafia's period, Adam Soshemole, and let us not even talk about Pa Amodu.
Well, let me explain this point here. The issue of 70,000. You will recall that we started with 615,000 as
I'm pinning it at 250
as an offer, and we broke that down into school fees, health, rent, and transport. For a family of 6, that is a man, a wife, and 4 children. We didn't even create room for social obligations. We did that. We based our calculation on necessities of life. But of course, what the government say? Government made a counter offer of 48,000 naira, which we considered an insult, and of course that led to degeneration of relations. To cut a long story short, we kept on in the spirit of a negotiation. We brought that to 400 and something thousand, 474,000. We did that. Government moved marginally by 3,000. Of course, you know what happened in the final analysis. There was a national strike, a 2-day strike, to convey our outrage. Day one of that protest, government invited us for hours into the protest. Government invited us for negotiation. We didn't honor that invitation immediately to let government know how seriously we felt about what it had done. Eventually we did go, and the government said they were going to ask something on top of the 60,000 when they had pegged their counter offer. And on the basis of that, and in good faith, we said, okay, we'll be waiting for what the government will do. But what the government do after that, he made a final offer of 62,000. And we went back to our churches saying, we will not accept 62,000. It was at that point in time that Mr. President apprehended the with the proceedings personally, and pointedly told us that he was ready to pay 250,000 on one condition. That condition was there will be a significant rise in the pump price of petrol from what it was to 1,500 to 2,000 or even possibly
by getting your business
actively
searching Google for a product or services.
he gave us 1 hour to make up our minds.
Google attributes
The alternative
25% of
to pay
online London's
I
online
would say
revenue.
we're going to consult Friday.
Reach
Ask
high-intent
for
customers wherever they
1
are
week.
across the Google
And,
network, such as
within 1
search,
week, we
YouTube,
came back and told him,
and
we excellence.
Get started with Google Ads
He
today.
gave us 2 devil's alternatives. But we will not accept, we will not want a situation whereby more Nigerians are going to suffer.
in one step. And I think that you can only 2 heroes.
It was in light of this,
You know who I am?
he now said, okay, I will give you
97
70,000.
heroes.
So we mutually agree 70,000. So 70,000 was a deal.
Most players miss this hidden
And
secret first
if you're a negotiator,
fisherman and snatches
you must
the
learn
but this underrated
when to cut a deal.
an octopus and obtain the divine
Okay?
armor set. This armor
We knew 70,000 was not the best figure in the land,
grab all the loot and go
but
get the
we cut that deal,
spend all your resources
put it in our kitty
with
with an assurance
it you'll easily
that another day will be back. But also take note,
skyrocket to
it was not the only thing we took with us. The negotiation now, the minimum wage cycle
turn Master off for free.
was shortened from 5 years to 3 years. And as I speak with you, 6 months after the 3 years have already gone.
Yes.
We also took with us assurances that there are alternatives to PMS, CNG, and a couple of other things, which we are still intended to cushion the hardships faced by the people. So, in summary of this, we have not compromised and not intended to compromise. But also take note, I heard you mention Pascal, Bafiao, Adams, Shemoye, and others. Yeah, these are our past leaders. We cherish their memories. We continue to hold them in high esteem. We will never in any way try to be to them. But I must also tell you this, having said this, I must tell you that there is always interpretation to romanticize history. Possibly there will come a time when this our time will be a reference point.
Yes. You talked about how you negotiated with the president and indeed the president on this minimum wage. When you were finally offered or you finally agreed on 70,000, was it with a cap that amount of pump price was going to increase?
No. I have to say this, that when the president made his counter offer, it was like take it or leave it. He said 250,000. I can pay that, but subject to A, B, C, D. Okay? I will say no. But if you want me to pay your 62,000, 70,000, well, as per status quo.
Yes.
As at that time.
But after that time, they kept increasing the price.
When after that time,
NLC has kept quiet.
no, after that, there has been one significant increase to the best of my knowledge, and is the latest wave of increase. And we have not kept quiet. We have asked government to revert to the rates people are comfortable with. Not even to this, and not even the 600 and something or 500 to the previous rates. to the past race,
Yes.
that has been a position. We say the government should revert because the race government announced in 2023, the race from June 2023 to now have caused considerable damage to our economy, to businesses, and to the lives of the people. As by the fact that it caused a major social displacement. You understand? So the cost of living rose astronomically across board. School fees, healthcare, rents, everything went up by at least 500%. And it is on record that many businesses folded up because patrons of these businesses could no longer absorb the cost passed by the businesses. So we possibly, each time we talk about a reversal, we're not talking of a reversal or a return to the 500 rands or 500 naira to 600 naira. No. To the old race. Have you made it known to federal government about the commission? The government is happy about that because don't forget that when those old races were announced, or what are considered the old race, remember we gave a notice of a strike action on the basis of which government invited us to the villa. The outcome of which was an MOU we both signed on the 5th of June 2023. Among the items on that MOU were the fact that certain things should be put in place. ETC that we insist on the reversal. Okay? Of course, that didn't happen eventually. We were not happy, and told government the route we have taken. The route we have taken will not lead to a sustainable solution. It didn't take long before another group of English came. And the reason is this: because government applied the wrong method or methodology, whichever of these words you choose to apply in this instance. Instead of government dealing with the criminal content of subsidy, government chose to deal with the victims. Yes. It is evident, or it has been evident that subsidy came with crimes in various dimensions. Okay? Reports were done, and some people's names or companies were mentioned. I'm going to refer you to a video clip by Dr. Koini Iwala. In that video clip, she said when they came in and they saw the sharp practices and wanted to deal with them, her mother was kidnapped. And they demanded that she resign from government. I also advert you to the video clip by Issa Ibuka, former governor of Washington State. He also spoke on the criminal content of subsidy. Our advice, Mr. President, in light of this and in other facts which we knew from the beginning was that deal with the crime, don't deal with the victims of the crime. But he chose to deal with the victims. And because he kept on dealing with the victims, the crime, the volume of the crime, kept ballooning.
Does it mean Mr. President that accomplice
vicariously, yes, because he has been, you know, and they know those people. Yes, and they know those people. And those people are so heartless. They are heartless to the point, to the point that Even when we have
insights from their data,
a local
cost
refinery now
operational efficiencies,
that
and
should
new ways
bring
of
down
earning
the
revenue.
costs
BigQuery is
of
unified,
petrol.
serverless, highly scalable cloud data warehouse at the core.
And they started
of
fighting demand, they started fighting that
BigQuery saves you time on reporting by
Ask
making data
yourself,
easily accessible for self-service analytics
could
with built-in business intelligence tools. Get
it was
started
agreed
today.
that could be sold to
With a $300 credit
in
to
Naira.
start a free trial.
It is obvious that ex-coastal charges are eliminated.
Yes. Landing charge.
And those ex-coastal charges will include the quality of the product.
Imagine waking up every day
They usually bring us the lowest quality.
for a paycheck. But
To include the quality of the product,
where you're achieving your career goals,
the volume,
securing your family's
the
well-being,
transportation,
yes, enjoying the
the insurance,
personal
amongst others.
that you've always
And then when you look at the e-coasters,
well, you're not alone in this journey.
you look at the
I will
issue
share
of
with you how
storage,
the United States is helping
rates
professionals
paid to
just like you,
MPA,
especially in the fields of
NIMASA,
science, technology, medicine,
and
and
polish. So
these dreams
when this product is refined locally,
US immigration
this all those ones are presumed to be eliminated. How come?
news about
They didn't try to make the local product, the local product more expensive than the foreign one. It tells you that you have a formidable cabal that is determined to bring this country to its knees. Do you understand? And I also at this point in time advert you to the interview that Dangote had before the new challenges were thrown at him. He talked about a mafia much more formidable than the drugs mafia. Okay. So speaking directly to your question, Mr. President knows the members of this power. And instead of dealing with them, he has selected to deal with us with the victims. And it is not fair.
No, I want to talk to the truth about this. What exactly is the next plan of NLC?
Well, our plan has not changed. We made 4 or 5 demands. Our demands can be summed up. Okay, let me take you to our MOU of 2nd of October. 2nd of October 2023. It's about the 15-item MOU. And there again, we emphasize the need to do CNG as an alternative to petrol. We talked about giving money to businesses, involving business, big, small. We talked about the issues in our universities, the university-based unions whose salaries were withheld, non-academic staff union, senior staff association, academic staff union, and technologists union. Forum. I would say, I will ask the government, look, pay them the salaries, the remaining 4 months salaries that were withheld as a result of this financial lawful initiative of the party. We also talked about the need to beef up the health sector and all of these issues. So if you take a look at that, and then we also talk about the electricity tariff. We talked about the need to revert to the old rates and to stop creating deviations in payment of tariffs and so on and so forth.
What do you want me to do now? Say to you as a
Those will be considered our demands. The demands were simply intended to restore the dignity of this country, uplift the value of life of the average Nigerian, and ensure
okay, I will say to just wait.
there is security for every one of us. We were also realistic enough to let government know the reasons or the major reason behind where we are, or the major reason that led us to where we are, is the fact that your policies have been market-oriented, fundamentally market. And we identified 4 or 5 of these policies as follows. One, the removal of fuel subsidy, which was valid, which I earlier told you led to
It was done without
decisions. It was done without preparation. It was done without preparation. It was done without consultation. If you take a look at what I did in this time, can you remember? Virtually, all the state governments are transport companies. Many organizations are transport who are encouraged federal assistance, thank you very much, including us labor. We have labor transport service and all of that. So nobody felt the effects of the increment that we did. Because there was preparation. Okay, let's take the one done by late General Abacha. Abacha put in place PTF. PTF made an impact across all the sectors, including the pharmaceutical sector or subsector, printing, you name it. And people saw what they were doing with their money. Nobody felt it. But and these were soldiers who were presumed not to be prepared for political leadership. Then those who are presumed to be prepared for political leadership, who are not political, who are said to be politically correct. But look at what has happened. No preparation, nothing. So this has led to a lot of pains, displacements, dislocations, disorientation, alienation, and disillusion. Second policy, the ill-advised tariff hike by 250%. If this had happened in any of the Western capitals, Berlin, London, Paris, there would have been revolution, bloodshed on the street. This is completely, it is insane. Everybody knows that high energy tariffs are not good for business, they are not good for anybody. So you can see, instead of expanding the capacity of the business sector, it has considerably shrunk it. At the last camp, Manufacturers Association did admit that over 300 companies had folded up since the introduction of the 250% ban tariff hike. So you and I find it difficult to pay our rates, to pay our to pay our light bills, our tariffs. So who then is this policy intended to benefit? If businesses are complaining, you and I are complaining, ordinary people are complaining. The third policy that has brought this pain is
I don't know how to explain this.
You're
stressing your arm.
I'm not. It's easy. Don't worry about my arm. Don't worry about my arm.
But I said I'm fine.
the massive devaluation of the naira.
face and just quickly drive.
Government was very clever in its choice of words. It said it was merging the multiple exchange rates in the system in order to eliminate corruption and to make readily available to business and other end users foreign exchange.
Why are you giving me money? No, I'm fine.
He used that window to collapse the naira, and for the first time in life of this history, the naira collapsed to the point that it exchanged $1, 1,900 naira to $1. It's not stabilizing around 1,650. But even then, you can't be too sure. And the tragedy of it is that it's not available, the dollar is not available to business that need it.
I'm sorry.
You see, now,
I can
go on. For an average Nigerian worker that is watching you downstairs, they will say, this man has come again. When they collect money from government, we will not hear anything. How do you want to assure the Nigerian worker that is watching you now that NLC is solidly behind them?
Well, first and foremost, it is unfortunate that some people even exercise such thoughts that people collect money from government. We do not collect money from government and then compromise our position. That does not happen. It's completely unethical. And there is associated with collecting money from government to keep quiet. If you do, the day you start talking, it's your video clips that the video circulates. Do you understand? And to let you know that we have not been doing so, you could see how starchy our relationship with this administration is. You remember there was a day on our secretary. Yes, I'm going to that. Fine. And a hybrid war has been declared on us by the government. You know,
Can I be a girlfriend?
It's been tough. But to keep the answers brief, I want not only Nigerian workers, but Nigerians who are watching this, or any other audience watching this, that we do not betray, we do not compromise. Our principles remain our principles.
Okay, right now we are watching us just slow down. We're going to take a break now and we'll come back very soon.
Welcome to Access Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sport and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Access Television. Welcome to Access Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sport and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Access Television. Welcome to Access Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sport and entertainment. Your one-stop channel.
Alright, welcome from our break. We are on the final lap of our discussion with I don't know whether I should call it Chief BENSON UPAH, Head Media and Communication at the Nigerian Labour Congress. No, I told you I was coming to a particular point. That was a great point, NLC Secretariat. Because police gave an excuse that it was being used, part of that building is being used to truncate democracy in Nigeria.
Well, I want to say that the explanations given by the police were afterthoughts. And I'll start by this. If the person they were after was on the second floor and the technology took them, because they claimed it was their sophisticated technology that took them to the Labour House, the person was on the second floor. What took them to the 10th floor? And what did they do on the 10th floor? They already got there. And when they came to the second floor, what did they do? But come to look at the issues this way. If the police knew of the existence of these terrorists with an illustrious history of destabilizing nations, if they knew of its existence, what stopped them from sharing this information with the leadership of NLC?
Yeah.
And if they felt that sharing this information with the leadership could jeopardize the operation, why not at least at the hour of 5, that is the H hour, why not share this information at the H hour? That is, by the time of sharing this information with the leadership, the operation would have been on. You understand? Your personnel would have sealed up the whole place. Okay? And then you call the leadership, say, we're in your premises. It's not about you, it is about ABC. By that time, no fly will be able to enter the labor house or get out of the labor house. So why did they do that? And thirdly, if they are going after these terrorists, knowing full well that labor house is not a residential area, why did they go there in the night? Why did they go there in daytime when they busy apprehended this suspect? So why did they go there in the night? Between these terrorists and the books of publications that they took, which had more value to them? Another poster, they said they knew of its existence. Ask yourself, why did they allow these terrorists to operate for so long? So between the police and us, who compromised the security of this country? At the end of the day, why did they allow these very terrorists slip through their fingers? There are processes for getting out of this country. So why did they do that? So this is why you take with the pinch of the salt whatever the police are telling you. Okay? And on our part, let me tell you, the sovereignty, the security, the integrity and the welfare of people continue to remain our major objectives. We continue to defend this. We do it not for budgets, not for allowances, not for salaries. We do it as part of our life, as part of our existence, as our passion, because we have no other country than this one. National interest continues to be our uppermost interest. So
now, we want to put a timeline to the fact that you will meet with the government for them to bring down the price of petrol and electricity tariff, because these are the things that are key to the survival of the Nigerians. Most of them, we are already in our homes and things are getting up regularly. So, can you put a timeline to this?
Well, we have an ongoing conversation with the government. We are still telling the government to bring down those rates. Electricity rates, petrol rates, and I was about to go to inflation. That went to an all-time high in the past 30-40 years of 34.1%. Food inflation also hit 41.7%. So we have been engaging the government, saying, look, we've got to do the needful to ensure that these rates are crushed. However, the Nigerian people owe themselves the duty of care. Okay? The rights that are available to organize labor, to tell the government all these things, those rights are available to Nigerian people. And if they can muster the will to tell the government in a peaceful manner that what you have done has hurt us so bad, so we must revert. If they are able to do that, it will really make more impact than we labor. Okay? So the responsibility resides with you. with you. If you fold your hands and say Labour should go and do it, that will not be helpful enough. At least we have.
You are enjoying the support of Nigerians. But it's just that when
Are you sure? Let me tell you something. Quite often when we say we are protesting, I will say stay at home. Who are those ones who come out? It's the same Nigerians. Quite often times, the very category of Nigerians that we are trying to protect. Of course, we appreciate the fact that they have unlimited withholding power. That means it means that they have to live from day to day. We appreciate their vulnerability, but they were expected to make a sacrifice. So, but quite often we do not see them make that sacrifice, even as we enjoy their support. So there is need to make that sacrifice. You saw countries at the time the end hunger protest was going on in this country. A protest was going on in the UK. It was not led by the unions. Preceding the end hunger, end bad governance protests erupted in Kenya. They were not led by unions. They were led by abused citizens. So I think I would appeal to the Nigerian citizens to be part of this process, to not leave everything in the hands of the It is within their right to protest peacefully. I keep emphasizing the need to do it peacefully. You don't need to bring
also here, go to the bad governance part 2.
Well, I cannot comment on the part 2 because we're not part of that protest. We have not been informed. Even the one that happened, preceding that, and he said Labour was not part of it. Look, let me explain here. Even as we didn't champion it, we kept on urging government to be reasonable, dialogue with people, meet their demands because their demands were legitimate. And when the protests happened, when the inevitable happened, we came out criticizing government and said, look, your handling of this protest is not good enough. It has led to several deaths, unacceptable. We have been vocal, even as we were not invited to be part of that protest. Our support, our sympathy for that protest was not hidden, even as we were not part of it. So, as a way of rounding up, did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. So,
your thoughts were
to Nigerians. We will continue to protect Nigerians. We will continue to tell the government to do the right thing. No level of intimidation, harassment will deter us from this resolve. And we have the will, we have the capacity. And finally, the Nigerian spirit, no one should harass the Nigerian people. There is what we call the Nigerian spirit. It is a strong, unbreakable, unquenchable spirit. We should rather appeal to Nigerians, sit down with Nigerians, head into their demands, and let us positively build on that brand known as the Nigerian spirit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Benson. Head Communication, Media Communication, and Congress. I am sorry.
Welcome to Ascent Television, your best station for news, politics, business, sports and entertainment. Your one-stop channel, Ascent Television.